Hello everybody, welcome in. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. I shut the first one down, Oliver. Not even live on Facebook yet. This is a disaster. Whatever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna flip the screen here. We're racing already. I apologize about everything today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not having a very good day, so I'm just gonna try and do my best to get this race out to everybody here tonight and continue on with my day. So the race just started, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. We missed qualifying. We're in an hour-long endurance race here at Autopolis, and it looks like it's raining out on the track, from what I can see right now. I don't know what that was, but yeah, I'm out of sorts right now, Chad. Just bear with me. Alright, we got Pigham's in the race lead here. We got Doug Barrow in second place. We got Mike 72 here in third place. We got Bar 27 in fourth. We got Ash Motorsport here in fifth. We got Hair Racer back from holidays here in sixth place. He's being chased by Petrolhead here in seventh. We've got Astro in eighth place. We've got Snozzer in ninth, aka Action Jackson. We've got Type R here in 10th, but he's going to lose that position here to the Caterpillar Porsche Cup car as it goes around, but they're going to stay side by side here, and still fighting for 10th and 11th place here is Supra and Type R here. So looks like Supra for the time being holds out the position, but goes a little bit deep into that corner there. He's going to give the line back to Type R, and Type R is going to settle up in front as we head into the hairpin here. And he's going to defend that corner, so move accomplished here from Type R. It's going to put him up into 10th place if we can drop down here into 11th position for the time being. We've got Drone here in 12th position. We've got Puzzlement here in 13th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 14th place, and we've got Oliver down to 15th position here, so he was near the front there. Must have made a mistake, spun out, and been passed by a few of his cohorts here on the racetrack. It is Pigham's with the race lead here. This is our championship points leader, if I'm not mistaken, here as well, coming into round 4 here. I haven't looked at the standings. I do have them. I just haven't had a chance to look at them again. I'm way behind schedule here today. We've got Mike 1972 here in third place. We got Ash in fourth. We got Petrol in fifth. We've got Hair Razor in sixth. We got Bar 27 in seventh place. We got Astro in eighth. We got Snozzer in ninth. We've got Type R here in 10th. We got Supra in 11th place. We've got Trone here in 12th. We've got Puzzlement in 13th. We've got Lone Ghost in 14th. We've got Oliver here in 15th position. So it's Pigham's here with the race lead, and Doug Barrow very close in behind, less than a second gap between the two drivers here right now. And so far the conditions look like they're holding up all right on the racetrack, so that's always fantastic. We've got Doug here in the second position. We've got Mike here in third place. We've got Petrolhead here in fourth. We've got Ash Motorsport in fifth, with Hair Razor here in sixth place. Got Snozzer in 7th, we've got Astro here in 8th, we've got Type R in 9th, we've got Supra here in 10th position, we've got Trone here in 11th place, we've got Bar 27 here in 12th, we've got Puzzlement in 13th, we've got Oliver here in 14th, and we've got Lone Coast in 15th position. Pigham's here in the race lead, sitting on a purple sector there. Fastest man on the racetrack right now is Doug Burrow here. Obviously that would make sense as he's sitting in the leader slipstream here, so good chance that he's going to be about a tenth of a second faster if he gets a good run out of the final corner on the race leader, just due to slipstream factors there. It's going to pull the second place driver along a little bit quicker than the first place driver driving. We got a battle between Petrol and Mike here. Petrol had very quickly moved up through the field here. From like 9th place all the way up into 3rd position here now, so he is a very quick charger here as he's running up the racetrack. He's gotten around Mike 72 here for 3rd place, pardon me. We got Hair Razor here in 5th place. He's moved up 1 position here, and he's got Ash Motorsport chasing here in 6th position. It's Snozzer and Astro now battling for position here, as Astro is on the inside of the corner here, coming out into the final chicane, and he's going to move ahead and grab that spot from the Snozzer. There's from Snozzer in 8th place. We got Type R here in 9th, we got Super here in 10th, we got Bar 27 here in 11th, we've got Puzzlement here in 12th, we've got Oliver in 13th, we've got Trone in 14th, and we got Lone in 15th position. So lots of grouping happening very early on here in this race tonight. Let's go see if we can find a little battle skis here. We've got Ash and Astro nose to tail here. We've got Snozzer in behind there with Type R closing in here as well. So it's starting to become like a 4-way battle between 6th and 9th place, I guess that would be. Yes. So Super here falling off this charge just a little bit here. 2 seconds now off that group of cars. He's got a fairly large gap to Bar 27 here in front of him, and then Bar has a whole pack of cars here coming. He's got Puzzlement right on his rear doorstep here right now. He's got Oliver there as well. Trone going up the inside of Puzzlement there. She gets a little bit wrong, goes a little bit deep there, so that costs her 2 positions. Lone goes here in 15th. Tucked right in on the back door of Puzzlement here, so some good racing happening here right now at Autopolis, and it's a very interesting racetrack. It's got a lot of different varying corners with straightaways. It's got tight sectors, it's got more wide open sectors, and it is a workout to get around this racetrack. So it's a race of attrition here at Autopolis. It's very easy to lose focus for just a split second and make a big mistake into one of these corners, and you can't really make mistakes in these corners because they just make you pay. The track edge surrounded by sand and grass pretty much all the way around, except for this mid sector that we're heading into here. There's some walls. Other than that, it's pretty wide open. If you get off the track, you're scooting in your boot and all the way down through the grass, doing a little bit of lawn maintenance for track officials if you get your tires out there. So you definitely don't want to do that, compromise your car. So we got Petrol here in 3rd position. We've got Hair Razor up into 4th. He has gotten around Mike 1972 here, so Mike 1972 sits in 5th place here right now currently. He's got Ash Motorsport there in 6th place, just tucked in that slipstream, just on the edge of that toe right now. We got Astro right in behind him with Snozzer right in behind him, and Type R still right there tagging along here as well. And we got Super about 3.2 seconds down the road there, and then the backpack here with Bar and Oliver and Trone, Puzzlement, and Lone Ghost here. Oh, Lone maybe made a little mistake there as he just fell off the pack just a slight little bit, maybe a little wiggle there, costing him a couple tenths of a second. Pardon me. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Somewhere along that middle sector there, that infield sector, that first technical section of the racetrack here. So it is Pigham's here, and this is a very difficult set of corners here. It's a double hairpin, very tight double hairpin coming into another opposing double hairpin, and then you got a S sector to finish off the race with a sweeping curve. So this is definitely one of the more difficult sectors of the racetrack here, and then you get to open the car up a little bit and get on a straight line run and let that port power kick in. So we got Pigham's coming into pit lane here. That's going to give Doug and Petrolhead a battle of the lead as they come across the start-finish line here to start lap 6. And I think Petrolhead had the edge there, but they are still side by side as we're coming into corner 1 here. And we're going to see an old cutback coming from Petrolhead there as he gets it done up at the inside of Doug there, but that should give him a decent position on the racetrack here to come around and get the job done on Dugborough there. And let's see what he's got here as he comes around. Dugborough just settles in behind, so Petrolhead now takes the race lead away from Dugborough there. So he had it briefly, and then Petrolhead took it away. We got Hair Razor chasing here in 3rd place. We've got Astro up in 4th place here. We got Snozzer in 5th. We got Type R in 6th. We got Bar 27 in 7th place. We got Oliver here in 8th. Biggums came out in behind those two in 9th position. Puzzlement just there in behind Biggums in 10th place. We got Lone Ghost here in 11th. We got Ash in 12th position. You can see he's catching up on Lone Ghost there. He's going to take a look up the inside, but he didn't quite have position there. And as we head around the hairpin here, we got a nice little battle between Ash Motorsport and Lone Ghost. A little bit of a wiggle coming out of the corner there from Lone Ghost, but he still manages to hold the position here on Ash. And now Ash is going to try and take it up the outside of the sweeping corner. That is a tough hold right there, but he does a pretty good job of keeping the car there. He just can't get the job done. And Lone Ghost is doing a great job of keeping Ash in behind here. And a little bit of contact there between the two drivers. He was just moving over to take his line, and maybe a little bit of lag involved there as well. And Ash is just struggling to find his way around Lone Ghost here right now on the racetrack, coming out of pit lane on some fresh racing tires. Just wants to get moving here, but he has to get around Lone Ghost in order to continue his charge back up the pack here. Lone Ghost is not making it easy for him at the moment. That's Mike 1972 in behind him there, catching up here as well as Ash continues to try and work his way around Lone Ghost here. And as we're coming into this very difficult sector, we see Lone gets it a little bit wrong, but he gets that nice tight inside line. He's going to defend out of this technical sector here from Ash Motorsport. So there we go. Ash is going to take a look here. He's going to try and set him up, and again, just can't quite get it done. A little bit of contact there as he's just stretching for opening here to get around Lone Ghost. And there we go. We got Lone Ghost. It's going to move it up the outside of the line here coming into turn 1, and that's going to give Ash an opportunity to get around. And we see a little bit of a lag spike there. Not sure what we just saw there, but it looked like Lone Ghost lost about a half a second out of nowhere all of a sudden there as Ash was up beside him. So Lone Ghost moves down into 11th place. We got Mike now right on the back end of this, and Doug's in behind him, and then he's got Supra in tow here as well. And we got a full lobby here today, so we have another car, looks like in pit lane here. Yeah, it just came out of pit lane right now. So it's Mike 1972. He's got Dugborough in behind him, and now these drivers need to try and navigate around Lone Ghost here as well. So Mike nice and tight on that apex right there. Should give him a good line out of the corner here, but again, that puts him on the outside of this sweeper. And it's a very tough hold on the outside line of that sweeper right there, especially trying to make a move. And there we go again. We're seeing that lag spike again. Alright, so Mike does manage to get around Lone Ghost here, but Lone Ghost is going to move it back up the inside here. There is definitely some lag involved here in this situation right now. We're seeing some funny things happening on the track here right now, and a little bit of jumping around from the race cars is what we're talking about when we say lag. It's just it's an issue within the game. It's just something we got to deal with as racers, unfortunately. And it does make it a little tough sometimes for trying to pass cars when you got cars bouncing around. But so far so good. They've been doing a good job. They've remained patient and just taking the opportunity when it arises. So Mike has made his way around Lone Ghost here, and now we got Doug and Super trying to do much of the same thing here. And as we come around into the final sector here, it is Lone Ghost still ahead of Doug here. Doug's just kind of waiting for an opening here to try and poke his nose in to get a pass made here, but we'll have to wait and see, as Lone Ghost has not been making it easy on these drivers here. And Doug is going to take a look up the inside there. He gets a good run through there too, but without the help of that slipstream, I don't know if he's going to get that position. So you see Doug tuck back into the slip there. He's going to move back out into the inside alone there, and yep, he's going to have to go late on the brakes to make that happen, and he definitely does that, so he gets the job done. And Doug manages to find his way around Lone Ghost here. Now Super's trying to do much of the same thing here, and Lone Ghost is doing a great job at holding these drivers off here right now. And Super's going to go up the inside. Lone Ghost just breaks up a little bit extra there to let him go through, and that was a good healthy battling right there from Lone Ghost. He's looking good on the track. Every race that goes through, he's showing more and more improvement, so we love to see it. So our race leader, he's got 7.2 seconds right now in the rest of the pack. We've got Hair Razor here in second position. That leaves Snozzer now holding up the third podium spot here for the time being as well. We've got Astro here in fourth position. We've got Type R here in fifth. We've got Bigums here in sixth. We've got Bar 27 in seventh place. We've got Oliver here in eighth. We've got Puzzlement in ninth. We got Ash Motorsport there in 10th. We've got Mike 1972 here in 11th place. We got Doug Burrow here in 12th position. We got Supra here in 13th. We got Lone Ghost here in 14th. And we got Tro and Kobe rounding out our field here. And let's go hang out with our man Tro in here for a second. We haven't been on with Tro yet. I'm not sure what happened. There's just a little bit of a pit stop sequence. Maybe he had a spin. I'm not sure what happened to poor Tro in here, but he did finish, I believe, second in the minis last weekend, or last Porsche Cup 2 weeks ago, so for the Pro-Am, so he's looking real good. I think he's sitting second overall in the championship standings for the Pro-Am side of things here as well in this Porsche Cup Challenge. So we do have pros and Pro-Ams on the track together. It's a multi-divisional split series style racing here, so it is an overall race for points, but depending on your division or your class, whether you're a pro or a Pro-Am driver, will depend on the positional points that you do get. So overall race finish, we talked to for the podium finishers, but at the end of the day, behind the scenes, Pro-Ams are fighting for their own first place, second place, third place points, and pros much of the same thing. So two individual championships happening on the racetrack at the same time while there's an overall race going on, and that's what kind of makes it fun. So Hair Razor here in second position. We've got Astro here in third. He's got Snozzer right here in fourth place. He's got Type R there in fifth. We got Bigums here now in sixth position. He's 4.4 seconds in behind Type R. He's a purple man right now, 146.762 on the racetrack, so he's definitely the fastest man currently on the racetrack. We've got Oliver here in seventh position. We've got Bar 27 right there, and these two seem to be pretty equally paced. Bar holds on to it there. He really got it wrong there, and that's what we were just talking about a little bit earlier. Get it on the outside of the track here, and it can make you pay. But thankfully for Bar, he got it back on the racing surface there and gathered that car back up. It keeps it in a forward motion. So Ash Motorsport here in ninth position, 31 seconds behind the leader here right now are these guys in the mid pack. We got Mike 1972 here in 10th place. We got Doug here in 11th. We've got Super in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 13th. We got Puzzlement in 14th. And we got Throne here in 15th position. And some of our front runners have yet to make their pit stops too, which is why we're seeing that gap be so big. So once we see some of the front runners make that first pit stop of the race, we'll see the packs tighten up here a little bit again. Alright, so it's Hair Razor in second place, still chasing Petrohead. Almost 10 seconds now is the gap between first and second place, and then it's about 5.3 seconds to second to third place. And right now that's being held by Astro here on the racetrack. A very quick driver here in this Porsche as well. A little bit of lag coming from this driver here as well, though. We got Snozzer here in fourth position, and he's been looking very good here so far tonight. We've got Type R here in fifth place. We've got Bigums here trying to close the gap up on Type R. 2.5 seconds is that gap right now. We've got Oliver here in seventh. We got Bar in eighth. We've got Ash here in ninth. We've got Mike in 10th position. We got Doug here in 11th. We got Supra in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 13th. We got Puzzlement in 14th. And we've got Drone here in 15th position. Alright, so it is Petrohead here, and looking real strong right now in first position, but he is going to have to take that hard compounded tire yet. Now, if it rains, the hard compounded tire doesn't need to be used. But if it doesn't rain, that tire compound does need to be used. So I think some of the drivers might be trying to take the risk of hoping it's going to rain in the race so they don't have to use that hard tire, but we'll see how that works out for them. Snozzer here in fourth place. We got Type R here in fifth. We got Bigums in sixth place, and he's closing 1.2 seconds on Type R here now. We've got Oliver in seventh position. That beautiful tribute livery right there, and it's an absolute beautiful livery designed by Doug Burrow. We appreciate that. It was done for a very special event. We have Bar 27 here in ninth place as well. We have Mike 1972 here in 10th position. We've got Doug here in 11th. We've got Supra in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 13th. We've got Puzzlement in 14th, and we've got Tron in 15th position. So it is Petrohead here with the lead of the race, and 10 seconds is that gap, but at some point he's going to have to make a pit stop. When he decides to do that is entirely when he decides to do that, but you know he's in communication with his team right now, and they will let him know when it's time to come in and make that pit stop. So we got Air Racer chasing here still in second position, and Astro in third. But Astro is starting to feel a little bit of pressure here from Action Jackson. Piggums has gotten around Type R and now trying to chase these two drivers down here. So Snozzer is closing in on Astro. Can he make something happen here for this final podium position? And we still have lots of racing left. 40 minutes remaining on the clock, so this is far from over here yet today, and a little bit of lag coming from this driver here. You can see Action Jackson is right there. He got a run. He is side by side as we come into the corner here. Not quite side by side. Astro did have a little bit of position on Snozzer here, so Snozzer's just going to settle back in behind here in fourth position for the time being. Continue to try and work on that battle for third place, but he does need to worry about the man charging him behind here, Piggums, as he is closing in bit by bit here. He gained a 10th around that corner, gained another 10th around that corner, gained a couple of tenths there, so Piggums is now on the charge here, and he's got that gap down to under half a second. He is on Snozzer's tailpipe here as we come out to the start-finish line straight to start lap number 12. Piggums is got the pressure applied. We've got Air Racer coming into pit lane here, making his pit stop, so some of our race front runners are starting to make that first stop there. We'll see where he comes out in accordance with the rest of the field, and this is what I mean by the field tightening back up as we continue through here. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing, my dude? We got Snozzer here in fourth place. We got Type R here in fifth. We've got Ash here in sixth. We've got Mike in seventh. We've got Doug in eighth. We've got Super here in ninth position. We've got Hair Razor here in 10th. We've got Lone Ghost in 11th. We've got Puzzlement in 12th. We've got Oliver in 13th. We've got Bar 27 here in 14th. And we've got Trone here in 15th position. It is Petrolhead here, though, leading the charge. It's 17.5 seconds right now as Hair Razor made his pit stop, so that's a big gap to second place here at the moment, and Piggums is right on the back door of second place. He's gotten around Snozzer now and looking to try and get around Astro here for that second spot on the podium. And Piggums has made a pit stop here in the race today, so he is well, 17.5 seconds in behind the race leader at this point right now. And Astro's doing a good job here, just staying, keeping that pace on Piggums. But eventually, the slipstream is gonna give Piggums an optimal run there, and a little bit wide goes Astro there, and a little bit of lag again coming from that driver. Makes it a little hard to battle, but Piggums picked his opportunity in his moment there, and he gets the job done. So he settles in behind Astro here. In front of Astro, pardon me, in second place there, and Astro moved down to third place. But are we going to see a response from Astro coming into corner number one? We are not. We already see him braking there. As you can see the car wiggle a little bit under braking, and he's just going to give Piggums that respect there, try and settle in behind them and use Piggums' slipstream to pull him along here. We got Snozzer in fourth. We got Type R closing in here in fifth place as well. He's closing in on that group. Got Ash here still sitting in sixth place, nice and consistent today. Got Mike 1972 here in seventh place. We got Doug in eighth position and starting to close in a little bit here on Mike 1972. We've got Super in ninth position here, and he's looking pretty good so far. Hair Razor in 10th place. He's made that pit stop, so that's where he came out. We got Lone Ghost there in 11th with Oliver in 12th. Puzzlement right behind him there in 13th. We got Bar 27 in 14th position. He didn't want to show me his car for some reason. And we got Trone here in 15th, and he's right there now. He's closing in on the backside of that pack again. So whatever it was that put Trone so far behind, maybe it was just an early pit strategy or something like that going on there from Trone Kobe. I'm not 100% sure, but I did put him a little bit behind the pack there for a little while, but it looks like he's gotten himself back up into the back of the pack there to start fighting for position again. That's what we love to see. So still Petrolhead here. Now that gap was almost 18 seconds. We see the gap coming down here now. So now he's going to jump into pit lane. That's definitely should give Piggums the race lead back here, as it's only a 17-second gap. I don't think that's going to be enough for him to come out in front of the race leaders here as they come across the start-finish line. It's hard to say. I don't know how long the pit stop is here. I don't race here very often, so it's nice to see the track on camera here today. We got Piggums here in first position, looking nice and strong now, so he's going to take that race lead back after his first pit stop. We got Astro here in second position, still chasing Piggums down here. We got Snozzer in third place as well. He's having a great run here. Currently in third position. We got Petrol here in fourth. We got Type R in fifth. We've got Ash Motorsport here in sixth position. We've got Mike 1972 here in seventh. We've got Doug Burrow here in eighth. We've got Supra in ninth place. We've got Hair Razor here in 10th. We got Oliver here in 11th position. We got Lone Ghost here in 12th. We've got Bar 27 here in 13th. We've got Puzzlement here in 14th, coming into pit lane. She is right now. And Troll Colby's going to grab 14th position on her with that pit stop. So there we go. Let's jump on board with Piggums here, our race leader, for a couple of seconds here. And we're going to just leave the sights and sounds of a lap around the Autopolis with Piggums. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there we have a lap around the Autopolis short. Not quite from start-finish line to start-finish line, because we started it about halfway through the racing lap here, but that is a lap around Autopolis. Full course here with our current race leader, Piggums here in first place, and that nice tidy Red Bull Porsche. A nice modern look at the Red Bull designed by Piggums there. We got Petrolhead here in second place, and his car is always looking awesome. Always throwing lots of support out there. Love to see that. We got Snozzer here in third position as well, and he's been having a race here tonight, hasn't he, Chad? AKA Action Jackson on fire here at Autopolis tonight, looking real solid. Got Ash Motorsport here in fourth place. He's got Type R and company in tow. Mike 1972 right there in behind in sixth place, and he's got Doug Burrow in seventh position just in behind. We got Supra here, a little bit of a gap there now from the front half to the back half of the pack. We got Supra here in eighth position. We got Hair Razor here in ninth position. We got Astro and Oliver here in 10th and 11th, and potentially battling for this position here. Let's just stick with this for a second. Has a little bit of a push there. I think we've seen a little bit of smoke coming from those two cars. It's usually an indication of a bump draft or a little bit of contact between two cars, but no harm, no foul there, obviously. And when you hear their terms, Rubbins is racing, that's kind of what is meant by that, is a situation like that on the racetrack too, ladies and gentlemen, for educational purposes, especially for our drivers out there. Racing is a no-contact sport, plain and simple. Any good league will tell you that. Any good league is going to base their stewarding off of the fact that racing is a no-contact sport. In that situation, there's two drivers just nose to tail, not really fighting for position there. They were just trying to get the line through the corner, and one car came in a little bit quicker than the other car and just gave that car a little tap in the rear end. It didn't do anything to the drivers. All it did was just give them a little boost through the corner. No harm, no foul. That's what we mean when we say Rubbins is racing. But when there's contact that spins a driver, breaks a driver loose, or would cost the driver a position, that now becomes a steward-worthy report and an incident-worthy report. So when you hear the terms rubbin is racing, it's used very loosely and is not designed to be meant that contact in motorsports is okay. It isn't. Sometimes the drivers get tired of tires, sometimes they swap some door handle paint in a good hard heated battle, and if that's not affecting positional change, that's where the terms rubbins is racing comes into play. But if it's if it starts to affect a car's trajectory or a car's position on the racetrack, then that now becomes an incident worthy report, and race officials behind the scenes will take a look at that type of contact. So just for those of us that are watching at home, a little bit of a clarification: when we say rubbins is racing, that's what we mean by it. Racing is a no contact sport, and you talk to any real life racer, they are going to tell you that. Does contact happen? All the time. But that's why they have race officials in behind the scenes handing out penalties and drive-through penalties, fines, whatever it may be in real life racing, so that that contact doesn't happen again on the racetrack. So rubbins is racing is just a term that we use for excitement, for entertainment value, really nothing more, nothing less. Petrolhead here in second place. We got Ash Motorsport here in third position. We got Mike 1972 here in fourth. We've got Doug Burrow here in fifth. We've got Type R here in sixth place. We've got Supra in seventh position. Hair Razor here is in eighth. We've got Oliver in ninth position. Astro is in 10th. So some of these drivers have made pit stops, right? We got different sets of pit stop strategies coming from the field here today. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. We got Bar 27 in 11th place. He's got Schnauzer right underneath that Porsche tail fin right now, and he backed off coming through the sweeper there a little bit into the infield sector here a little bit, heading into this left-hand sweeper, and he's settled in 12th place. Maybe some cold racing tires giving him a little hassle there to get that until he gets that grip under the race car. We got Trone here in 13th position. We got Puzzlement here in 14th position, and we've got Lone Ghost here right there in behind in 15th place. And you know what I like seeing? I like seeing cars that are how everybody has a battle that is potentially brewing around them, and that's what we like to see. That means the drivers are all on pace. That means that all the hard work is paying off. It is Pigham's here, charging hard though. 11 seconds now is that gap to Petrolhead here in second place. Petrolhead's on a slightly different strategy here than our race leader right now. We'll have to see how all that plays out in the next set of pit stops. We got Ash Motorsport now up into third position. We've got Mike 1972 here in fourth place with Doug Barrow very close behind in fifth. 2 seconds is that gap. We got Type R just coming into pit lane there. Super's going to grab that spot from him. That should give Hair Razor 7th place back, which it does. Oliver's going to grab 9th place, and he comes to steal's fastest lap that time around, the 146.449 as well. Type R, you can see getting those tires changed on that Porsche. The fuel man is putting that fuel in, and look at that crew working hard. Tires going back in behind the wall and gone. That was a fairly tidy pit stop right there by the Type R pit crew. Great job to the Caterpillar Porsche racing team right there. Schnauzer here in 11th place, going to grab that spot from Type R just as he exits pit lane there. Drone Kobe here in 13th. We've got Puzzlement in 14th, and we've got Lone here in 15th position. Ghost Auto, love that. Get Cody B coming to support her, resub it over there on the Facebook page as well. We appreciate you, Cody B. Got Petrolhead here in second position. We got Ash here in third place as well. And I'm missing chat because I don't have the right chat. Oh. There we go. Alright, Mike 1972 here in fourth place. We got Supra here in fifth. We've got Doug Burrow here in sixth position. We got Hair Razor in seventh. We got Oliver in eighth. We've got Astro in ninth. We got Bar in 10th. We got Type R here in 11th. We've got Schnauzer here in 12th. We've got Trone in 13th. We've got Puzzlement here in 14th. And we got Lone Ghost rounding out the field here in 15th position. And 2.8 seconds in behind Puzzlement right now on the racetrack. So right now it is Pigham's over Ash Motorsports, and that gap has opened up a little bit more since Ash just jumped into pit lane. So now it's 17 seconds to Mike 1972 here in second place. Ash jumped into pit lane. That leaves Doug Burrow chasing, and he's got 33 seconds to the race leader. He's got teammate Hair Racer right in behind here as well. in 4th place. We got Oliver right there in 5th as Ash and Super come into pit lane there to get their pit stops made. So Astro here in 8th position. He's got bar 27 now on the back door there. And oh, there we go. We got a car coming out of pit lane with 2 hot lap cars coming through here as well. So this should be a little bit interesting here as we're going to sort these positions out coming through turn 1. Oh, and Ash Motorsport right there. Oh boy, contact between both drivers right there. And ooh, that's a tough one there. Astro just taking that inside line as hot lap traffic. He's going to do the right thing here, though. He's going to get the position back. A big round of applause right there for Astro. Costing himself a couple of positions there. Obviously, that wasn't his intention there, but there we go. That is prime example of what we were just talking about on the stream right there, how racing is a no-contact sport, and within our rule book, it does state that if you make contact costing a driver position or knocking them off the racetrack, whether it be accidental or not, you are to give up the position no matter how many positions it costs you, and we just seen Astro do exactly that. So we appreciate that. 14th place Lone Ghost. We did lose a driver. We lost one of our drivers here. We have Piggums here in 1st. We got Mike in 2nd. We've got Doug here in 3rd. Oliver in 4th. We got Hairraiser in 5th. We've got Bar in 6th. We've got Snozzer here in 7th. We've got Type R in 8th. We've got Ash in 9th. We've got Astro in 10th. We've got Supra here in 11th place. We've got Trone in 12th. We've got Puzzlement here in 13th. And we've got Lone Ghost in 14th position. Was it Bar? No, it wasn't Bar. It was somebody who disconnected. Help me out here, chat. Was it Petrol? It might have been Petrol. Oh no. It might have been Petrolhead that disconnected from the lobby here today. So it is Piggums here in the race lead. It's Mike 1972 here in 2nd place. It's Doug Barrow and Oliver Smiley battling here side by side as they head into corner number 1. And Oliver's going to get the job done there. So he's going to move up into 3rd place on Doug Barrow there with a nice tidy little pass heading into turn number 1 there. So Doug Barrow tucked right in behind though. He ain't having none of that. He's going to be challenging for that position back if I know this driver. We got Hairraiser here in 5th place. We got Bar 27 in 6th. We got Snozzer in 7th. We've got Ash here in 8th place now after his pit stop. And Astro up into 9th place there. So already both drivers getting a position back. Astro getting a little bit wrong there as to gather that car up again. That was a scary moment right there. Type R here in 10th. We see Super coming around all squirrely there as well in 11th place. We got Trone Colby getting some tires and some fuel here in his racing car in 12th place. We got Lone Ghost in 13th. Puzzlement in 14th. And it was Petrolhead that we seen disconnect there a couple of laps ago from the lobby. So that is highly unfortunate there for Petrolhead as he was really looking like he was going to get a top 3 finish here today. And hate to see it. You hate to see it, chat. Alright, so Piggums is catching up to the back of the pack here right now. He's just on the in behind Lone Ghost here right now. He's actually just gotten around Puzzlement just in behind on the straight there as well. So has caught the back of the pack, and now he's working on the 13th place driver here, Lone Ghost right now. Mike's coming into pit lane here. The tires are looking pretty rough on that racing car right now. We got Oliver here in 3rd position. We got Doug here in 4th place as well. We got Hairraiser here in 5th. We've got Bar 27 here in 6th. We've got Astro in Ash Motorsport, pardon me, in 7th. We've got Astro here in 8th position. We've got Snozzer here in 9th. We've got Type R here in 10th. We've got Supra here in 11th place. We've got Trone Kobe here in 12th. We've got Lone in 13th. And we've got Puzzlement here in 14th position. Piggums is the race leader here, and he is doing everything very well here right now. Oliver here in 2nd position. We got Doug Barrow here in 3rd. We've got Hairraiser here in 4th. We got Bar 27 here in 5th. We got Mike in 6th place. We got Ash Motorsport in 7th. We got Astro in 8th. We've got Type R here in 9th. We've got Supra in 10th. We've got Snozzer here in 11th. We've got Trone in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 13th. And we've got Puzzlement in 14th position. So it is Piggums here in the race lead. It's Oliver here in 2nd place. It's Doug Barrow here in 3rd. It's Hairraiser here in 4th. It's Bar 27 here in 5th. It's Mike in 6th place. It's Ash here in 7th. It's Astro in 8th. Type R here in 9th. We've got Supra here in 10th position. We've got Snozzer in 11th. We've got Trone here in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost in 13th. And we've got Puzzlement here in 14th position. The drivers are doing a great job here with 21 minutes and 35 seconds remaining left in the race here, so still plenty of time for these drivers to make up positions, battles, work out their strategies. The race leader here in pit lane, and we're going to sit there with him and his racing crew here, the Pigham's racing crew, getting that driver back out in front there. So not by much, 4 points, 3 points, under 3 seconds is the gap here now between Pigham's and Oliver. So Pigham's did enough there in that stint to get him back out in front after his pit stop there. So Pigham's looking like he's in good shape here very late in this race. That's going to be Oliver in second place. He's been having a good race for himself here tonight. That's Bar 27 and Mike 1972 battling for position here for third and fourth place currently on the racetrack. And Bar goes a little bit wide there. Mike takes advantage of that. Says, thank you very much, mate. I'll take that opportunity and move up into third place. Catch me if you can. So Bar 27 now in chase mode here as he got a little bit wide coming out of turn one. An absolute great pass there by Mike 1972 after the mistake from Bar 27 there. We got Ash Motorsport here in 5th place. We got Astro here in 6th. We got Hair Razor here in 7th position. We got Doug Burrow in 8th. We've got Supra here in 9th place. We got Type R here in 10th. We've got Snozzer here in 11th place. We've got Trone Kobe here in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost in 13th. And we got Puzzlement here in 14th position. And everybody is moving and grooving down the racetrack here. Oh, we got a yellow flag up ahead of Pigham's here, or somewhere on the racetrack. It is ahead of Pigham's here. It's just coming around this corner right here. We got that car off on the right side of the racetrack there. And that driver just letting both him and Oliver through there, so we're not sure who that was there. It might have been one of the drivers near the back of the pack there making a mistake, but we got Mike 1972 there in 3rd place. Bar 27 still in 4th. We got Ash Motorsport here in 5th. We got Astro here in 6th place. We've got Hair Razor and Doug in 7th and 8th position here. We've got Supra in 9th place. We've got Type R here in 10th. We've got Snozzer here in 11th. We've got Trone in 13th. We've got Lone Ghost here in 14th position. Puzzlement in 14th. She is coming in. She is getting off of them slippery, hard racing tires. Alright, so the rain has not set in here today. The clouds have stayed away. The potential for rain is in this race as well. So with 19 minutes remaining, the skies are looking pretty good here. The drivers are just going to escape the projected rain in the forecast here today, I think. We got Ash Motorsport in 3rd place here. We got Oliver in 4th position. We've got Astro here in 5th. We've got Hair Razor in 6th with Doug in 7th. Now they both grab a position with that pit stop of the driver up in front. Supra in 8th place. We've got Type R here in 9th. We've got Snozzer here in 10th position. Bar 27 here in 11th. We've got Trone Kobe in 12th. We've got Lone here in 13th. And we got Puzzlement. The crew looking at the car here. So maybe that was Puzzlement we seen with the yellow flag in front of Pigham's and Oliver there a lap ago there. And she's got that crew getting having a look at the race car there to make sure that everything's copacetic, so she can hopefully come out and finish her race here today. If not, she'll just leave it parked in the pits there, and that'll be race over for Puzzlement, unfortunately. But hey, race cars break, man. That's part of racing. We got Pigham's here in the race lead. Mike 1972 is 21 seconds in behind here. Ash Motorsport in 3rd position. He's 5.5 seconds in behind Mike 1972. Oliver here now, after making a pit stop, comes back out in 4th position, just off the podium here, 4.1 seconds in behind right now. We got Astro in 5th place, and Doug has gotten around Hair Razor, and now he's putting the pressure on Astro here. And Dirty Air might have sent Doug a little bit wide there, but he gets a good run back through the second part of the corner, and he comes right back onto the rear bumper of that Porsche 911 RSR, and he is feeling the heat right now as Astros. He's got two Team Rad drivers absolutely plastered to his rear bumper here. Doug has made his way around, gets to position, and so is Hair Razor. So Team Rad duo there, both making their way around Astro, and he's going to lose 2 positions in a handful of corners there to Doug and Hair Razor, and that is unfortunate there, but that's racing. Supra's just off the back of this paddle here now, trying to gain position back up on those drivers. We've got Type R here in 9th position. We've got Snozzer here in 10th place. We've got Bar 27 here in 11th. We've got Drone in 12th position. We've got Lone Ghost in 13th. And we got Puzzlement sitting in pit lane with their crew, taking a look at that racing car here currently. Alright, Mike 1972 here in second position. We got Ash here in third. We got Oliver in fourth. We got Doug and Hairraiser here side by side in fifth and sixth place. And Doug is going to catch a little bit of that inside curb there and slide around the corner there, as Hairraiser's now going to gain that position back up on Doug here. And it's a good, healthy battle between the two drivers here right now, fifth and sixth place. As, well, they have 10 seconds to fourth place. Oliver up in front here right now. We got Astro in 7th. We've got Super here in 8th. We've got Bar in 9th position. We got Type Bar here in 10th. We've got Snozzer in 11th. We've got Drone here in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost in 13th. And we've got Puzzlement here in 14th position. Alright, so it's Pigham's here with the race lead. It's Mike 1972 here in second place. It's Ash Motorsport here in third. It's Oliver in fourth. It's Doug in fifth and Hairraiser in sixth. It's Astro here in seventh. It's Supra in eighth. Bar 27 here in 9th. It's Type R here in 10th. It's Snozzer here in 11th. It's Trone in 12th position. It's Lone Ghost here in 13th. And still looking at that racing car, not looking good there for the Puzzlement pit racing crew and Porsche team there for round 4 here, as it might be a 14th place finish for those drivers. Definitely suffering some kind of mechanical issue or some kind of electronic issue in that Porsche racing car here right now. Piggins is just cruising right now. Really, he's just got to bring this thing home. He doesn't have to make any mistakes. He just needs to keep it on the racetrack, and he should be good for a race win here today. We got Mike 1972 here in second place. We got Ash here in third. We got Oliver here in fourth place. We've got Doug here in fifth. Hairraiser in sixth. We got Supra here in seventh with Astro in eighth place. We've got Bar 27 here in ninth. We've got Type R here in 10th position. We've got Snozzer here in 11th. Got Trone in 12th place. We got Lone here in 13th. And he's getting that blue flag waved at him here as Piggins is coming around. But Piggins has a little bit of gap to make up there yet before he needs to worry about that. Got Mike 1972 here in second place, and he's not got a purple sector here, but he has got a personal best lap going right now. And Doug Burrow's fastest man on the racetrack with a 46.354 here currently as well, with just over 13 minutes remaining here in the race. We have Ash Motorsport in third position. We've got Oliver in fourth. We don't really have anything brewing here right at the moment. Got a little bit of separation between all our drivers here, and Autopolis tends to do that to the racers here. It's just one of those things that's very easy to do. And there is definitely a little bit of side-to-side rubber banding coming from Lone Ghost there a little bit. I mean, he's doing everything right. It looks like he's moving all over the racetrack, but in reality, it's just a little bit of what we call rubber banding here on Gran Turismo 7, and that's side-to-side car movement, just due to the lag, network connection, ping, whatever it is, the server. We're not 100% sure what causes it, but you can see Lone Ghost just going into pit lane and behind our race leader here right now. And I mean, he's just got a wide open road here right now, in behind and in front of him right now. He's moving. The strategy has been good. The pace has been fantastic, and Pickham's looking real solid. Got Mike 1972 here, and he's looking for a potential second place finish here today as well, as he continues up the racetrack. We're on lap 27 here with 12 minutes remaining. And he's got an 8-second gap in behind him at Ash Motorsport. So as we look around turn 1, he doesn't even see that driver coming around the corner there. So no real need to feel any immediate pressure there. We've got third place driver Ash Motorsport here, and looking real good here in third place. But he's got Oliver right there, just in the distance, in the rearview mirror here. Not close enough to put any pressure on him here at the moment, but definitely needs to be aware that that driver is there lurking. And, well, as you can see, closing in. He got a good gain coming into that hairpin there, but he got a little bit wrong on the exit and loses a little bit of time back there, but definitely starting to see some battling happening here. Between these two drivers before the end of the race, I think. We have Oliver here, and you can see the gap's now down to half a second here, so Oliver is doing a good job at closing up the gap in the corners here, and he goes a little bit deep into this corner here, but he gets a good exit line out of it, and it's risky going that deep into the corner, obviously with all the marbles on the outside of the track there, which you could actually see as he was entering there. You don't want to get out into those marbles, they are slippery. Alright, so here we go, and you can see that there, Ash just got out into said marbles right there, and look at how much time that cost him on Oliver here in fourth place chasing. And we're going to get back out to our TV crew here as this battle ensues, and we're just going to stick with this for a lap or two here, because right now it's really the only battle on the racetrack at the moment. Alright, side by side, Oliver going to try and do it on the outside here, taking a long way around into the corner, and it's him and Ash Motorsport here for third position, and he gets it done on the outside of the corner. So that was a great pass there by Oliver, and realizing that he has a tire advantage most likely, and knew that he could stick it outside there and hold the corners. So a bold move there by Oliver, but pays off with a third place pass there. So Ash Motorsport now chasing in fourth place. We've got Doug here in fifth. We've got Hair Razor in sixth. We got Supra now up into seventh place. He's made his way around bar 27 here. We got Type R in ninth place. We've got Astro here in 10th. We've got Snozzer in 11th. Trone in 12th position. Rocking and rolling up the racetrack here. We got Lone in 13th place. And I believe it's the race leader up in behind him there as well. And Puzzleman still sitting in pit lane with that Porsche 911 RSR. So it is looking like that car is retired for the day here, which is unfortunate to see. But hey, it happens. Alright, so Pigham's rocking, rolling, moving and grooving. 22 seconds now the gap. He's not even letting up a little bit. He is just sticking to his pace. We got Mike 1972 here in the second position, and same thing for him. It's just got to bring this thing home here. He's got less than 10 minutes remaining on the clock. He's got the fuel in the racing car. He's got the tires on it. Just needs to bring it home. Oliver here doing everything he can here. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got 8.5 minutes to try and close up the gap, and oh boy, he gets it all wrong right there, and that is going to be Ash Motorsport to take back over third place there, with a mistake made there by Oliver, and that car just got loose on him, went straight sideways, and oh, it's going to cost him a couple of positions here. Doug now works his way around. Hair Razor works his way around, and a little bit of confusion there as Lone Ghost was coming around there too. We've seen him on the outside edge of the track there, having a moment there as well. So a little bit of a bottle up there in the final corner here near the end of the race with that mistake made by Oliver there. We've got Astro here in 10th place. We've got Snozzer here in 11th. We've got Trone here in 12th. We've got Lone Ghost in 13th. Hey, what's up, ATV? And Puzzlement, again, looking like that car is finished up here for round 4, which is unfortunate. And, of course, we had Petrolhead there put his car in behind the wall about mid-race there as well. So a couple of drivers having some issues here today. We got Pigham's in first place, looking real good. Mike in second. Not too much happening here. The podiums, barring a mistake like we just saw from Oliver there, looking pretty strong. We got Doug here in 4th place. We got Hair Razor here in 5th. We got Oliver in 6th. We got Super here in 7th. We got Bar in 8th place. And let's stick with these two here for a minute, as this battle is kind of looking pretty healthy here as well. interviewing booth prepped and ready to go here. Alright, so a good healthy battle here between Bar and Supra right now. So just taking a look at my driver roster here is what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. So Bar 27 has made his way around Super there. I'm not sure why we ended up in cockpit view there. I guess the cameraman decided that was the view we were taking there. So it's Pickham's here in first position, and it's obviously a pro driver. We got Mike 1972 here in second place, and he's also a pro driver. We got Ash Motorsport here in third place, and also a pro driver, if I'm not mistaken. I actually don't see. Oh, yeah, yep. Can you see him on the list? We know Doug's a pro driver, we know Oliver's a pro driver, and we know Hair Razor's also a pro driver. So our top sixes are the pro drivers here on track. We got Bar 27, also a pro driver here. We've got Supra here in 8th position, and what is Supra settle into all of this? That's my controller doing it. Okay, I got it. Super does fall into the pro category here as well. I thought so. We got Astro here, and I believe he is going to be the first of our pro-ams. I am correct there. So Astro is leading our pro-am field here with Action Jackson here in second position. That places Tron Kobe here third place in the pro-am division here. So sitting on the podium here is Tron Kobe as well, and that's why I wanted to take a little peek. At those driver standings. Sorry, just taking a look at Pigham's here as he's coming around the racetrack, and he jumps on the racing wet tires. So the rain has started to fall here at Autopolis, and as we jump on board with our race leader here, we'll see why he opted to make that pit stop here as we head around Autopolis. So literally with 3 minutes remaining in this race, the rain has made its way to the racetrack, and I thought the drivers were going to be clear and free here tonight, but alas, here we are, rain for the final 3 minutes of our race here tonight, and that is our dynamic weather here at Gran Turismo 7, ladies and gentlemen. It is kind of a cool feature here, so and it's very randomized if whether or not it's even going to rain. So you can see Pigham's there. He was watching that weather radar with his team, and they relayed that information. You better box now here. It's looking wet on the racetrack, and he opted to jump into pit lane and do exactly that. So it is Pigham's here still in the race lead, and you can see it's quite wet on the racetrack there right now already, so the rain coming down very, very quickly here. We got Mike in second position. We've got Ash here in third place, and oh boy, he's on those racing medium tires, and I don't know if that was the right call here. He is struggling to find grip underneath that racing car here right now. We got Doug Burrow in 4th place, and this might be a podium position here for Doug Burrow at the end of the race if Ash cannot get that car sorted out. And there it is. Doug's going to grab P3 here. Ash is going to lose yet another spot to Oliver here as well, and oh boy, it is going to be a quick drop down the field for Ash Motorsport here, opting not to come in and change those tires when the rest of the pack came in to change those tires. Mike 1972 here in 2nd place. You can see how wet it is out there. Oliver's struggling right now to just get this car around this racetrack. We got Doug here in 3rd place. We got Oliver in 4th. And Ash is now being passed by Hair Razor here. So Ash is just hanging on for dear life right now. Oh, you can see every time he tries to get on that throttle, that car is just trying to go away underneath of him here. So it's 12 seconds to bar 27 here in 7th place. And oh boy, strategy. The only driver to not make the call here. Trone making a little mistake there. Spins himself into 7th place. We got Type R coming in for wet tires. We got Puzzlement coming out. They did get that car sorted out. Fantastic. Look at that crew. Got that car back out on track for the end of the race here in absolutely nasty conditions as well. It's Pigham's here in the lead though, and what do we got left on the clock? We have 20 seconds basically remaining on the clock. So as these drivers come around the racetrack here for the final time in the rain, I really thought they were going to get away with it here tonight. I did. Yeah, I know, right? Not just this series, almost every series. He is a diehard Browns fan without a question of a doubt with ATV. So bar 27 coming through in 6th. We got Super coming through. He's in 7th. Ash has dropped all the way down into 8th place here, opting to stay out on the racing medium tire there. Not the greatest of choices there for Ash, unfortunately, and he still may lose a couple more spots here yet before the end of this race. It's a long racetrack here around Autopolis. We got yellow flag up in front there, and just absolutely treacherous conditions on the racetrack here. You can see it's very, very wet out there as Pickham's is just coming around the final few corners here right now. Ash is going to hold on for an 8th place finish there. A bold strategy, but didn't work out in his favor there at all as he drops from like 3rd down to 8th position here. So it is going to be Pigham's here with the race win in round 4, and a pretty dominating performance coming from Pigham's here. We got Mike 1972 coming here, and oh, we got Lone Ghost off the edge of the track there. He's just sitting there letting everybody go through as Type R gets through as well. We got Trone just in behind Mike 1972 here. We got Type R in between there as well. And Mike is just bringing this thing home here. And it got wet awfully fast on the racetrack here tonight, didn't it, folks? We got Doug coming around here, and he's going to benefit there from that mistake made by Ash. He's going to grab that final podium spot here, and, well, that's why you never give up in racing, because anything can happen. All right, we got Oliver coming around here. It's going to be a 4th place finish here for Oliver. And it is a wet track, let me tell you what. I love the Hope sticker on the side of Oliver's car there as well. I just noticed that now for some reason. Got Hair Razor. He's going to bring it home here in 5th place. And he's going to be the final driver to cross the checkered flag here today in 5th place. Of course, timed race, so we won't see them all finish in order like we typically do in a lap style race. And there we go. It's going to be Hair Razor to come through. So that was an interesting race end right there. Didn't expect that. Lots of juicy rain. And okay. So no replay for Ghosty. Oh boy. That's twice I've been kicked out of a lobby in 24 hours now. That's interesting. Speaking of weather, apparently it can rain in the GTWC race today. Oh, lovely, because that's what we need. All right, so we're gonna give the drivers a moment for interviews. It'll be Pigums, it'll be Mike and Doug Barrow from our overall top 3 finishers in the race, and then we're gonna talk to our top pro-am here today as well, which I believe was Astro at the end of the race there. So. Alright, so we're just waiting in the interview room here. It takes a few minutes. The drivers are hopefully the actual lobby itself didn't go down yet. Alright, so maybe we won't see any interviewees today. That's fine too. And it looks like the whole lobby went down there actually, so boy, that was close. We just got the race finished there before what looks like the lobby went down. That was very fortunate. Now we got Doug in here. Got our 3rd place finisher up in the booth. Well, let's go talk to Doug. Alright, make sure everything's working here. Hit a couple little buttons over here so y'all can hear our 3rd place finisher. Obviously that would help. I just upgraded my software. Bear with me, chat. Alright, there we go. I think I got everything sorted here. So, we are here with our 3rd place finisher, overall 3rd place finisher, Doug Barrow here. He's also 3rd place finisher here for the Pro Division as well. A little distracted, just read a comment there. Hair Racer's game crashed. Yeah, I assume so, Tron. Yeah, it is what it is. Thankfully, we got the race finished in time there. Great racing for me here today. Tough racing out there. We had a full field of Porsches here tonight, and it was a doozy. I mean, the weather was potentially looming to go the other way, which it did right at the end of the race there. And fortunately for you, Ash Motorsport decided to try and tough it out on those racing slicks, and everybody else made those stops for the wet tires. And unfortunately for Ash Motorsport, that was his demise down the order late in the race there, but you were there to take advantage of that mistake made by the driver there and grabbing yourself a nice 3rd place finish late in the race. So I guess first question is, A, did you see that coming? And talk us through your race here today.
Well, on answer to A, all week during the practice we've had no rain. Today, every practice race has had rain, so it was a good chance today was going to rain. But yeah, no, it was a good race. I made a mistake into the first pit stop and drove straight into the wall. I've not gone into the pits on hards. So I just didn't quite brake soon enough and just clipped the wall. So that cost me a good 10 seconds, which set me well back. But other than that, it was a good race. I was closing on Mike on the wets by about 4 seconds, 5 seconds a lap. So it was one more lap, and who knows? Maybe he would have fallen off. I don't know if he'd gone on wets or inters, but he says he was taking it easy. Fingers crossed he wasn't. He just wrong tyre choice. But no, I was lucky that oh God, what's he face? I've forgotten his name. Ash. Sorry. I was lucky Ash tried to stiff it out mediums. Whenever you see that solid bar, you need to change tyres. If you get the wavy, floaty patches of rain, sometimes you can stick that out. You see that solid bar, you've got to change tyres. It's just the way the game is, because it comes down heavy in that bar, really heavy. So the track just the standing water just goes up so quickly. I mean, the tyres, the wets don't seem to grip like they used to before the last update, but they still do enough of a job that if you're gentle on the throttle, you can get there. So yeah, happy with the race after my pit mistake.
Absolutely, and I mean, Autopolis is a course that we don't see in competition very often. It's a very large technical racetrack, and just for the viewers at home, because we didn't have a track map here today for everybody, it is a real track as well. This is not a fictional track, Autopolis. They do race this thing in real life with these types of cars and club sports cars and stuff like that as well. So, very difficult racetrack. It's a great mixture of open, big speed and really tight technical sectors here, and it kind of gives you a little bit of one, then the other, then back to the other, then back to the other again. So how navigating this racetrack, it is probably one of the more difficult racetracks in my opinion in the game here. How is it trying to prepare for one of the more difficult tracks here in Gran Turismo?
Well, luckily we did a warm up with the minis, so half the track I had down pat. Half the track I was happy with. Again, it's been a low practice week until, well, for the group anyway. People may have been practicing out on their own until today that I've noticed. But yeah, no, I like the circuit. It's a tough circuit, but once you get the hang of it, it actually flows really well, and it's got that tight hairpin parts to the nice sweeping fast parts, and there are opportunities to overtake in all sorts of places on the inside and the outside of the corner. I made an overtake on the outside on, I can't remember who, on the final bend, and that's a tough one to do it on, but if you get your line right, you can defend on the inside and the outside, overtake on the inside and the outside. There's plenty of hard braking zones, so it's there's lots of opportunities excuse me, to gain some ground. I mean, I didn't notice till the last 20 minutes of the race that I forgot to set my brakes. So I hampered myself a little bit, but I think I managed to pull the fastest lap. So that's good. That's something. So that's an extra point gained back up. And yeah, it was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely, and unfortunately, with our lobby crash at the end of the race, we're going to have to rely on the broadcast here, I'm sure, for our results here. So we at least have that to go back on. But
Yeah,
it was good racing out there. I mean, a full grid of Porsches, a lot of fun. Big racetrack. I mean, we honestly probably could have fielded 30 Porsches on this racetrack, and there still would have been plenty of room for all the drivers today. But good flow, a tough track, one we don't see very often. So it was exciting. It was a different look for the drivers, and then of course that rain factor. I mean, like you said, all week long it was nice conditions, and all of a sudden on race day, the conditions decided that they were going to change the way the dynamic weather was working in the lobby, and with about 3 minutes to go, it started raining on the racetrack. So it paid off for some and not so well for others. But Dugborough coming through as a very solid third place finish here, and just again solidifying good points for those standings, and you're sitting there, I believe, chasing Pigham's and Petrol. Thank you. They're in the standings. So Petrol with some mechanical issues there, very mid part of the race, there had to put that car behind the wall. That should give you a good push on points for Petrol there. So I guess what's the goal heading into, what do we got? 5 rounds left of the season.
Well, I've had not the greatest of starts of the season. Luckily, we've got a dropped round, but that means like today would have potentially been, well, is at the moment Petrol's worst result because he disconnected, but he loses this round. So, it's one of those things. I had a feeling I was going to struggle in these cars over long distance races, just due to the way my tyres were for me. And I've done everything I can with the pad to reduce the tyre wear as much as possible, taken all the advice I can, and found what kind of works for me as best I can, if you see what I mean. But it's still higher than everyone else's. But my goal for every race is just to try not to finish last. Try and finish with half decent points. I don't expect to win this season, but it's a fun car that everyone seems to like. It's why we picked it, and we've picked some random tracks that we don't get seen all the time, so it's not. So everybody gets to drive stuff they don't normally drive. So it's fingers crossed I'll do all right. But my goal is just to finish as high as possible and try and figure out what I'm doing in my strategy, because it's been wrong. I'm qualifying quite high up, and then my strategy seems to be really letting me down. I seem to be off pace with the strategy of the guys at the front, if you see what I mean. I'm definitely on a different strategy to those guys. So I've got to figure out what they're doing, what I'm doing, and try and find a compromise where I can make my tyres do what they need to do to meet them.
Absolutely, and I mean, it really is. That is the age-old story in endurance racing: tires and fuel, tires and fuel, tires and fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, strategy really does play a big key in endurance racing, and of course, you know, the driver behind the wheel helps out a little bit too as well. But you know, racing really is a combination of skill, car setup, and of course a little bit of luck on the racetrack as well. And you know, for the most part, everybody kept their cars nice, neat, and tidy and clean here today, with some pretty good racing action on the track. Some self-induced incidents for the most part that I saw, anyways. You know, so I think that the field did a really great job on a really difficult racetrack with a car that's not necessarily the best car for this particular racetrack either, with that just the way that the car is set up. So, you know, coming through the third place finish is a big result here for you today, and congratulations on that. I guess any final remarks and any shout outs and thank yous you want to toss out to the viewers at home?
Well, just congratulations to Piggy and Mike. Thanks everyone watching. Thank you massively to you. I know you got a lot going on, so we appreciate every moment of it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week in the minis. I'm looking forward to the week after in the Porsche. I'm looking forward to every week at the moment.
Absolutely.
You know, it's some good racing, good tight racing. I mean, everybody in the same car for the Porsches brings that really close. The minis is just, we should have called it Mini Madness, not the Mini Sprint Cup. It's
really
absolutely mental. So yeah, I'm loving it. So yeah, can't wait till next week.
Absolutely, and it is going to be the Mini Coopers next week, ladies and gentlemen, here at the GTRC for round 4 of that Mini Cooper series. So I definitely want to tune in next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and come check out all that Mini Cooper action, because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that are involved in with the series, and it keeps the racing really close and really tight. You never know who's going to win these races. That's the best thing about the Mini Cooper Challenge. So we appreciate you as always, Doug. You know, great racing, and always a pleasure to speak with you at the end of the day, and definitely can't wait to see what you and the driving community here at the GTRC has in store for us next week with those Mini Coopers.
Well, thanks again to you, buddy, and we'll speak soon.
Oh, absolutely. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your evening.
You too, bud. You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there we have it. Mr. Doug Burrow himself, one of our GTRC coordinators here, one of our race officials and administrators here. And again, having a strong race here tonight. And there's lots of competition out on this racetrack for these drivers this season, both the Porsche and the Mini Coopers, which we'll see next week. So you like the road cars, you got to come check out these Mini Coopers, ladies and gentlemen. They're so much fun. It is some crazy, crazy racing. So yeah, tune in next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I apologize about my sluggish, slow start here today as a broadcaster. Things are absolutely crazy hectic right now behind the scenes today, and with that being said, I gotta go start dealing with the things that are happening behind the scenes here today. So we appreciate y'all. I love y'all. For those of you that are racing manufacturer series here in North America side of things, good luck tonight. It is going to be a tough set of racing, and for those of you that already ran manufacturers, I hope you had good races today. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and remember, you all matter. And stay winning. I mean, what else can I say? Great racing here by the Porsche crew from the GTRC, and we'll see some really great racing from them again next week in the mini challenge round 4. But until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see everybody tomorrow night at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time for a set of Corsa Competition GT3 Summer Series. Oh yeah, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we'll catch y'all very soon.